Okay, my name is Gavin and I'm one of the Wyzant tutors, and we have a problem here, which is to use a linear approximation using the tangent line to approximate 3 root 125.3. And to do that, they're suggesting to find the tangent line to the function f of x equals 3 root x at the point where x equals 125. So what that means is, if we draw that function, something like that, all square root graphs look like that. Let's say this one's f of x equals 3 root x. Then at 125, x was 125, goes to that point there, we can think of a tangent line which will probably look something like this. And then to make an approximation for what 3 the square root of 125.3 is, you could just look up on this graph at 125.3. Let's say that's there. And normally you'd go to the square root graph and then you get the exact answer there. But what they're saying is look it up on the straight line graph, and that there will be fairly close, because if you zoom in on that, it'll look like this. And that point there is 125, 3 root 125, and then this point here on that line will be an approximation of 3 root 125.3. Okay, so now that's our aim. So let's try and get a tangent line. Let's find this blue line. So firstly, we need the slope of that line using differentiation. So f of x equals 3 root 125. Oh, sorry, the function's actually 3 root x. So the derivative equals, well, that's actually 3x to the power of a half. So 3 times a half is 3 on 2 x to the power of negative a half. We subtract 1 from the power, which equals 3 divided by 2 root x. That's the derivative. Now, the slope is, so this function here has the equation y equals mx plus b. The slope m equals the derivative evaluated at 125, which is 3 divided by 2 root 125, which equals square root of 125. It's not a perfect square. What is there any perfect squares in there? Yeah, we've got there's that's 25 times 5, so that's actually, it's going to be 3 times 2 times 5 times root 5. If 5 is equal to 5 is equal to root 5 squared, so root 5 by root 5 by root 5 is root 125, so that makes sense. So that equals 3 divided by 10 is 0.3. Well, let's leave it let's just leave it as 10 root 5. Well, we can also multiply by root 5 on 5, root 5 on root 5. So it's 3 root 5 divided by 50. Okay, that's the slope. Now the y-intercept. So now we know that this function y equals mx plus b is really m, which is 3 root 5 on 50, x plus b, Well, we don't know what b is yet. Well, let's work that out. We know it goes through the point 125, 3 root 125. So 3 root 125 equals 3 root 5 on 50, and x is 125 plus b. So now we get enough information to find b. So scroll down a little bit. So 3 root 125 is 3 times 5 times root 5. We can cancel 25 there, 12 by 25, that's 3. Oh, hang on. 5 there, so that's so we got 15 root 5 divided by 2 plus b. So b equals 15 root 5 minus 15 on 2 root 5, which equals 15 on 2 root 5. Okay, so now we've got a complete equation for the line. Okay. So now we can use that to approximate it. We just substitute in 125.3 into that. So we can say f of 125.3 is approximately 3 root 5. Now it should be around about whatever the y value is for there. So let's just see how close it is there. So let's get a decimal answer for that. So 125 square root of that times 3 should be around about 33.5. Let's see what we actually get. Okay, so we get so we get 16.8 plus we'll say 16.81 plus 15 times root 5 divided by 2 plus 16.77, which equals 33.58. That I think that's correct. That seems right because it's not far off 33. Alright, well, that's how we approximate 3 times the square root of 125.3. by evaluating what f of x, evaluating what the y value is on this blue straight line here at the x value of 125.3, because that blue straight line is pretty close to what this black line is around that area. Okay.